She's the biggest draw in women's tennis right now.
Yes.
Is she bigger than Sabalenka? Is she bigger than Coco?
Dude, it's crazy. She's having the same effect that Fonseca was having, like, on the men's side last year in Miami.
It's like Fonseca, but I think it's bigger than Fonseca.
It is. Yeah, it
Like, the Doha, like, crowds were insane for her last week.
Yeah.
Correct.
She's definitely one to watch, obviously because she's so good, but just for the atmosphere. You want to tune into her matches just to see what it's like on the court.
There's got to be like a little jealousy maybe from some of the women. That girls coming in, she's not top 10, biggest star.
Sam Querrey is making waves right now, and when someone like him speaks, the tennis world pays attention. This isn't just another voice tossing opinions online. Querrey spent years competing at the highest level of professional tennis. He understands the sport inside and out, knows what it takes to succeed on tour, and has seen firsthand what real star power looks like when it enters a room. Right now, Querrey is pointing to one player, Alex Eala, and he is making it absolutely clear. She has become the single biggest draw heading into upcoming WTA tournaments. Not one of the biggest, not among the biggest. And he isn't saying this quietly or in passing. He is putting it out there boldly, in front of everyone, daring anyone to challenge it. Querrey is declaring that Eala's presence on the court generates more attention and excitement than anyone else in the field, every single time she plays. If that wasn't already a striking claim, Querrey and the group of experts supporting this conversation are taking it even further. They argue that Eala is on a trajectory to surpass even Aryna Sabalenka in terms of drawing power. Consider what that means. Sabalenka is the world number one, a multiple Grand Slam champion, and one of the most dominant and recognizable players in tennis today. Yet these experts believe that when it comes to filling stadiums, creating electric atmospheres, and making fans feel like they cannot miss a match, Alex Eala is already operating at a higher level.
She wins a slam, it would be like one of the biggest things in the world.
Yeah, correct. She's definitely one to watch, obviously because she's so good, but just for the atmosphere. You want to tune into her matches just to see what it's like on the court.
There's got to be like a little jealousy maybe from some of the
Querrey's argument isn't based on speculation or wishful thinking. It's grounded in what is actually happening at tournaments right now. The numbers don't lie, and the crowds don't lie. When Alex Eala is scheduled to play, the atmosphere shifts immediately. People who hadn't planned to attend suddenly scramble for tickets. Those who already have tickets start talking about the match days in advance. Fans travel incredible distances, sometimes across continents, just to be in the same arena as this young woman from the Philippines and watch her compete. The attention she commands on a court cannot be manufactured or replicated. It comes completely naturally. Querrey is very clear. None of the top-ranked players on the tour right now, including world number one Aryna Sabalenka, generate that kind of pull in the same way. He even suggested that some of the top 10 players might notice the scenes surrounding Eala and feel a certain way about it. These are women who have dedicated their lives to reaching the pinnacle of the sport, winning the biggest titles available. Yet the wave of attention Eala draws is impossible to ignore. Querrey made this point because it reflects the reality unfolding in the tennis world right now. Alex Eala has become a force not just in skill, but in star power.
She's the biggest draw in women's tennis right now.
Yes.
Is she bigger than Sabalenka? Is she bigger than Coco?
Dude, it's crazy. She's having the same effect that Fonseca was having, like, on the men's side last year in Miami.
It's like Fonseca, but I think it's bigger than Fonseca.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Like, the Doha, like, crowds were insane for her last week.
The broader group of experts taking part in this conversation is pushing the discussion even further when it comes to what Alex Eala could achieve this year. They are fully backing her after the enormous surge she has made in the rankings, arguing that if Eala were to win a Grand Slam in 2025, it would be the single biggest moment in professional tennis in recent memory. Not just for the Philippines, or for Asian tennis, but for the entire sport globally. They say it would be remembered for years, a milestone that rewrites narratives and inspires a whole new generation of fans who point to that moment as the turning point in the sport. That is an extraordinary statement, and the fact that respected voices in the tennis world are making it shows just how seriously people are taking Eala's potential right now. What makes the story even more compelling is that it's not only analysts and pundits driving this conversation, the players themselves are noticing it. Jessica Pegula, one of the top competitors on the WTA Tour with years of experience at the highest level, shared her experience facing Eala at the Miami Open last year. Pegula described walking into that match and being genuinely astonished by what she saw. She had not expected the atmosphere she encountered inside the venue. The energy was electric. The crowd was enormous, passionate, impossibly loud, and completely locked in on every single point. Pegula called it insane, and she meant it in the best possible way. She wasn't complaining, she was marveling, recognizing that she was witnessing something genuinely special. Pegula went further, noting that whether it was Miami, the Australian Open, or Dubai, Eala has consistently drawn the largest crowd support of any player on the entire tour. People show up for her in numbers no other player currently generates. Fans travel great distances and wait in lines far beyond what a typical match would produce, just to be inside the stadium and watch her compete. That kind of magnetism is extraordinarily rare. The deep, genuine, emotionally invested connection between Eala and her fanbase is something the sport has tried for years to cultivate in new markets, and here she is delivering it naturally, without any manufactured campaigns, purely through her talent, her personality, and the power of her story.
She, has done well and established herself as a really good player on tour. They all come out to support her, and so I think we saw that in Australia when it was kind of overcrowded. They put her on a too small of a...
Then Novak Djokovic added his voice to the growing conversation. A man with more Grand Slam titles than anyone else in the history of the sport, and with over 2 decades of experience at every level of professional tennis, Djokovic stepped forward and declared Alex Eala the greatest tennis player the Philippines has ever produced. He emphasized that she deserves every bit of respect and recognition the sport can offer. Djokovic specifically addressed how her scheduling and court assignments have been managed at various tournaments, making it clear that he believes her status and drawing power have not always been treated appropriately. When Djokovic speaks like this, the entire tennis world takes notice. This is no longer just fans or pundits making noise, this is one of the greatest of all time standing up, saying that Alex Eala deserves better, and that the sport needs to recognize and respect her accordingly.
Alex Eala, that's been a talk, and which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. She's been the biggest ever, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's a big interest. So things like that happen. I mean, it's you could argue that it was, maybe a poor schedule, and maybe they could schedule him on a bigger court. Yes, but again, she's so young and she's just coming through. So
the analysts are now connecting all of these threads and arriving at one clear conclusion. In terms of raw drawing power, the sheer number of people Alex Eala attracts from every corner of the globe, she is operating at a level even Aryna Sabalenka has not matched. This isn't about diminishing what Sabalenka has accomplished. She is a champion of the highest order. But the analysts are making a distinction between winning titles and having the kind of cultural and commercial impact that transforms a sport and opens it up to entirely new audiences. On that measure, Alex Eala stands alone. Sam Querrey may have started this conversation, but it has grown far beyond one man's opinion. The players are acknowledging it, the legends are acknowledging it, the experts are acknowledging it, and the crowds showing up wherever Eala plays are shouting it louder than anyone. She has become the biggest draw in tennis, and everything happening around her right now suggests this is only the beginning.